All right. My name is Heidi Spear. I am a Sapphire Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. I have been with Plexus now for almost 4 years this month in August. So I'm just going to start by giving you guys a very, very brief history on my story with how I got involved with Plexus. My background is in nursing. That's what I've done for the last 8 years of my life. I have a bachelor's in nursing, worked in pediatrics, emergency rooms specifically for 7 of those, and then nursing supervisor for the entire hospital for the last 3 years. Up until recently, I had an 18-month-old, or I had a baby who's now 18 months old, and I've been off due to some complications from delivery. But thankfully, Plexus income has been a true blessing to us, and I have been able to stay home as well as my husband while all of that is getting sorted out through surgeries. I actually came to find Plexus. I had been struggling with some thyroid issues and some weight gain issues. My doctor was actually the first one to recommend Plexus to me, who I completely blew her off because I thought Plexus was a diet pill, another fad. I had been there, done that multiple times with multiple different products, multiple different companies. That wasn't my cup of tea. Thankfully, I had some friends, some fellow nurses that were not your typical yo-yo dieters like I was. These were very ingredient focused, healthy individuals who were using the products, who caught my attention, made me do my own research, and I realized fairly quickly this wasn't what I thought it was. Fast forward, here we are 4 years later. Love, love, love the products. My entire family is now on the products, and it's been a huge blessing financially for us as well. So jumping on to the next thing, when you signed up as an ambassador, whether that was this week, yesterday, or a month ago, when you signed up, you purchase something called a welcome pack. And that welcome pack is actually, believe it or not, I don't know if you knew this or not, it's actually the cheapest that you're ever offered the products as an ambassador, even cheaper than wholesale prices. It's a really great deal. Most people start out with the triplex welcome pack. It's our number one $99 bestseller. Our second bestseller is the $199 variety pack, and it just comes with a slew of really great products in it. So if you can afford the $199, I say go for that one, just because it's got a bunch of different things you can test out. But if you did not get a welcome pack when you signed up, hopefully you're still within that 30-day window of signing up, because you have 30 days from the day that you sign up to take advantage of those welcome pack prices. So for whatever reason, if you somehow manage to skip that, make sure your to-do list first thing tomorrow is to get on and get that welcome pack ordered. It is crucial because it's a really great savings. Plus, we want to make sure that you're on the products, or else what the heck are you doing here? So next thing is your convenience order. Once you purchased your welcome pack or picked out your welcome pack at sign up, the next thing you saw was something called a convenience order. And your convenience order is just that. It is a convenience to you. This ensures that when you start your products, that you are insanely consistent with your products. Nothing hurts my feelings more than to hear somebody that has signed up as an ambassador or as a customer and gave up 2 weeks in or even 30 days in because they didn't lose X number amount of pounds, or they didn't go down 5 pant sizes in 30 days. That's not how our products work. And we'll get more into that here in a minute when we go over the expectations of our products. But your convenience order, it is crucial that if you did not set one of those up at sign up, that you make sure you figure out how to go back in, and you can ask the sponsor or the person that signed you up, same person, how to make sure your convenience order is set up. Because I promise you, if you didn't set one up when you signed up, the likelihood of you following through with the commitment that you made to yourself of actually taking these products for a full 60 days, that is drastically decreased if you did not set a convenience order up at sign up. So make sure that you're setting yourself up for success from the very, very first day. Even if you joined 30 days ago and you were going, oh, I totally didn't do that, make sure we do that ASAP. It's super important to your success. Speaking of success, this little guy here, when you signed up and you got that awesome welcome pack at even cheaper prices, this is one of the things that came in your welcome pack. This is called our success guide. I'm not going to pull everything out. But it has a ton of great information, quick reference guides, product cards, pricing information. If you decide that you want to work this business and get your products for free or make an extra part-time or even full-time income, this is the box to pull out. Even if you don't think you're interested in working the business at all, still open up that box, blow off the dust on it, rip it apart, look through it, because it has some really great information. I was one of those that threw it to the side because I was trying to get to my products when that arrived, and I didn't look at this for a couple of months, and then I was kind of kicking myself later. So please make sure you look at your success guide that came with your welcome kit or welcome pack. The other thing that you're probably already aware of is when you signed up as an ambassador, even if you signed up just for the wholesale prices, got some kiddos viewing us over here. Love it. Even if you signed up just for the discount, you were added to something called the Pink Power page. This is an amazing resource for you. It's chock full of lots of information in the Files tab. It's an easy resource for you to search out if you have any questions about something specific, like, is Plexus good for diabetes? Is Plexus good for arthritis? Is it safe to take during breastfeeding, etc.? It's got a great little search bar. There's a pinned post that I want you to go check out. It's at the very top of the page. It says pinned post. So click on that, skim through it. But that place, it's not meant to overwhelm you, so don't let it overwhelm you. There are lots of videos. There's lots of posting going on, but it's a great place for questions or feedback or just general information about the products and the business. The other thing that I want you to make sure you search out on the Pink Power page is something called the newbie checklist. This is our newbie checklist, and I think it's probably backwards on this screen, and that's okay. This is why you're going to search it out for yourself so you can see it for yourself with your own eyeballs. But this is the newbie checklist, and essentially you could kind of call this the sponsoring ambassador worksheet. It's kind of an interchangeable term. Yes, it's for the new ambassador, but it's really mainly for the sponsoring ambassador who sponsored you, because it's got a place for them to put your name, the date you joined, your ambassador ID number. It helps them go over what your goals are, whether it's to lose weight, to get off of a blood pressure medicine, whatever, to go over your why. Just, it's a one-page checklist. I'm not going to cover all the details on this call because there's actually a video in the Pink Power page. If you search hashtag newbie checklist, there's a video that explains what this is and how this works and why it is crucial that if you and your sponsoring ambassador that signed you up did not go over this with you when you signed up, message them and say, hey, on the Plexus orientation call, Heidi mentioned a new ambassador checklist, and I want to make sure we go over that together. Because it is important. Even if you're not really wanting to work the business, this is all crucial, important information for your sponsoring ambassador to have, even if you're not wanting to work the business. So make sure y'all go over this, okay? Got it. Good. All right. So on to expectations. The first most important thing that you have to know about our products is they are not like anything else you have ever tried before. No shakes, no meal replacements, no wraps, no carb counting, nothing like that. There's no special workout regimen you have to do, no special foods you have to purchase or eat. The biggest thing with our products that you have to keep in mind, though, is these products are getting to the root cause of your health issues, which means Band-Aid fixes and quick fixes are not in a Plexus ambassador's vocabulary. One of the analogies that I love using is the broken leg analogy. So let's imagine that you broke your leg today. That sucks. I don't know how you broke your leg, but it really sucks if you broke your leg today. But if you go to the emergency room tonight, are you going to A, have the doctor just prescribe you a bunch of pain medicine from here on out and not really worry about the broken leg? Or are you going to say, hey, let's handle this broken leg situation so I don't have to be on the pain medicine the rest of my life? I'm probably going to ask them to fix the broken leg, to be honest. That's just me. That's because we want to get to the root cause of the issue. whether that's pain, whether that's weight struggles, whether that is migraines, soda, caffeine, carbon, sugar addiction, autoimmune disorders, whatever your health ailment or health ailments is, we want to know why you're having those issues. And I can tell you why you're probably having those issues. Two things: blood sugar irregularities and gut health, all kinds of jacked up. Those are the two main causes of inflammation in the body. And if those two things are out of whack, or even just one of those things is out of whack, you're going to have increased inflammation in the body. And when you have increased inflammation in the body, there's going to be system issues, head to toe, hands down, no doubt about it. So we have to address those two root cause issues, which is what the Plexus products do. Specifically, the Triplex is that's our top seller for that reason. But that is where it's important for you to meet these products halfway. I'm 31 years old. So for 31 years, I have lived the average American lifestyle. I have put chemicals in my hair and still do. I have put chemicals on my face. I have brushed my teeth with chemicals. I shoved, I don't use regular deodorant anymore, shoved chemicals into my armpits, washed my clothes in chemicals, and worst of all, I have ingested lots of chemicals in the shapes of antibiotics and prescriptions and food, especially things from a box, a bag, or a can. And I'm sure you have too if you have lived the average American lifestyle. So for more than 20 years, I have loaded my body up at a cellular level of toxins and chemicals and just bad stuff. So that is not going to be fixed overnight by any means. And this is where it's important for you to understand this. When you signed up as an ambassador, whether it was for the wholesale prices or whether it was to make some money, I hope you made the commitment to yourself to give yourself 60 days of consistently, consistently using your products, okay? I say this because day 1 through 30 on the Plexus products are focused on trying to get rid of all of these toxins you've been loading yourself up with 20, 30, 40, 50 years. It is trying to balance out and clean out your gut and balance your blood sugars. You have done some serious damage to your body in the last 20 and 30 years. It's going to take more than a couple of days to get that sorted out. So if you are giving up and throwing in the towel 2 weeks in or even 30 days in because you don't feel like the scale is reflecting what you think it should or whatever, you're really doing yourself a huge disservice. Our products come with a 60-day money-back guarantee for a reason. Not a 2-week money-back guarantee, not a 30-day money-back guarantee, a 60-day money-back empty bag, empty bottle guarantee, which means you can use every single stick, every single capsule for 60 days. And then if you're not impressed and you're not seeing any changes, guess what? You get all your money back. So here's my 2 cents on money back guarantees. You're crazy if you only use 30 of a 60-day money back guarantee, especially when that first 30 days is only focused on getting your body cleaned out and finally balanced and things like that. That first 30 days is laying the foundation. Day 30 through 60 is where you're going to really start seeing some good stuff. Your body's actually able to benefit from those changes and from that detox and from the balancing out. It's actually able to, what's the word I'm looking for? Receive the benefits. So do not give up. Don't be crazy and give up 30 days in or even 45 days in. Stay consistent, and then at 60 days, we can talk and you can make your assessment at that point. But I promise you, consistency is key. And if you're one of those that throws in the towel before 60 days, I don't know what to tell you. It's crazy. You're crazy and you wasted your money if so. Also, with that, make sure along the way that you are noting non-scale victories. I know we love seeing the number on the scale decrease. However, some of us will easily and quickly say that if we could get rid of our soda addiction, we could get rid of our migraines, we could poop every day without going 3 or 4 days of being constipated, if we could go down at least a pant size, if we could increase our energy, sleep better, decrease our cravings, appetite, etc., They could care less if we gain 5 pounds. We just want to feel better. And that's the majority of people. So keep that in mind. If you need to keep a notebook on day 1, day 30, and day 60, write those things down. Non-scale victories are huge because it means that your body is actually getting better and it is healing. The weight loss will come if you have weight to lose. But keep in mind, 20, 30, 40 years of throwing chemicals at your body and in your body, it wreaks havoc. So we got to give it time to work. Along with that comes the dreaded detox and die-off symptoms. This is something else I like to prepare people for. Now, I will say this. I personally never experienced any detox or any die-off symptoms. A very small percentage of people will if they start the products out slowly, like we encourage. Detox and die-off symptoms essentially means that your body, being used to the average American diet and having lots of chemicals and lots of processed food, can go through a phase where you feel pretty disgusting and yucky. You might have headaches. You might have breakouts. You might retain fluid. You might gain a little bit. This is part of the process. Trust the process. Don't freak out if you don't have detox symptoms. Be excited if you don't have detox symptoms, but don't be freaked out if you do have detox symptoms. The best piece of advice I can give for you to try to avoid the detox symptoms, though, is to start out really slow on your products. My personal opinion is starting y'all like this? One product at a time, a couple of days in between. So when you get your products for the first time, drink the Slim on day 1 and 2 only. If no weird reactions, introduce 1 ProBio 5 at bedtime. 2 days in between that, introduce a Bio Cleanse. If you're good with 1 of each and you don't have any weird reactions, stay on 1 of each for maybe a week or so, and then kind of evaluate. How many times a day are you pooping? Are you pooping once or twice a day? Awesome. Keep your Bio Cleanse where it's at. There's no need to increase your Bio Cleanse. Are your carb and your sugar cravings pretty intense? If so, let's maybe look at increasing your ProBio 5 by 1 capsule only. Don't get crazy and try to bump it up to 4 ProBio 5s or you're going to start feeling pretty crappy. And that's for sure. So start out slow. We're trying to keep you from having nasty migraines and all of that stuff. We just want your body to get adjusted. If you do experience some detox symptoms, some things that can help is absolutely increasing your water. We recommend you take your body weight, divide it in 2, and drink that number of ounces a day. So if you weigh 200 pounds, aim for 100 ounces a day. At minimum, 64 ounces. That's our minimum daily recommended amount of water, and the majority of us don't even get that. But that will help flush out a lot of the yuckies that our body is taking in or getting rid of. But consistency is also key. Don't start experiencing some yucky die-off symptoms and then go, oh, I don't want to take these products anymore. They're making me feel like crap. That's the worst thing you can do because obviously the products are doing what you need them to do, which is getting rid of the toxins. So don't throw in the towel if you start feeling detox symptoms. That's definitely a horrible idea. If you are like me and you want more details, more science, more information about how specifically the triplex works and how it works and all of those things, add yourself to a page called True Confessions of a Gold Digger. This page is essentially just a fun extra little page for those that want a little bit of extra help with their eating habits, and it's literally 7-day challenges, a different challenge each week. Something good to add along with your product regimen, just as something fun. But I've made a video in there called the Triplex Breakdown, and it's about 30 minutes long, which is why we're not discussing the Triplex Breakdown here because there's already a video made, and you can easily add yourself to that group and search it, Triplex Breakdown in that group page yourself, and you'll see all of the reasons why the Triplex is incredible and how it works and why it works. Let's see. I kind of briefly mentioned this, but when it comes to your Plexus products and being consistent, in my opinion, if it's not simple, I'm probably not going to keep doing it, and I'm not going to be consistent. So you have to keep it simple. I personally, they're on that side of the bed because Clint gets our medicines out. I keep our ProBio 5 and our Bio Cleanse on our nightstand so we can take them both together at the same time at bedtime so we don't forget. There's no having to remember to take something after lunch or something before dinner. They're just together at bedtime. Now, there is no right or wrong way to take your products. If your sponsor told you to take something after lunch and something at dinner, that's totally fine. Just know if you catch yourself not being consistent, maybe consider putting them on your nightstand together to see if that helps with the consistency. Everybody's bodies are different. One example I like to give is that if there was a room full of 100 people and we were all diagnosed with depression, there's going to be about 50 different antidepressants that we're all on. And out of those 100 people, if 50 of us are on Zoloft, we're all probably going to be on a completely different dose. And that's because there isn't one blanket antidepressant and there isn't one blanket antidepressant dose, because our bodies are different. They react differently to different things in different doses, and there's no difference with that in Plexus products. So sometimes you got to play with it, troubleshoot it. That's why it's important that you stay in close contact with the person who sponsored you and your upline, the person that's above them, if that's a little bit of Plexus vocabulary for you. But it's important that if you're having some detox symptoms maybe, and you're not sure, or maybe you're not feeling like you're seeing any changes, reach out to them. Don't wait till day 60 and then tell them, oh, I don't think I like it. Well, if you never reached out to tell us you were struggling, then how are we supposed to help you, crazy? So don't be that guy. Make sure you're reaching out when you're experiencing the struggles and when you're experiencing the not so fun stuff and when you're experiencing the good stuff. Let us know when you are seeing some great non-scale victories or some scale victories. We love hearing those things. So let us help you. If you don't tell us there's a problem or you're not happy, then we don't know to help. So there's that. Next. All right. So for you guys that have taken the time tonight to jump on this call, we're about halfway through, if not more. I want to tell you that I'm going to be putting everybody that's a new ambassador that joined this month, in the month of July or in the month of June, at the end of this call. If you inbox me with the code word that I'm about to tell you, then I will put you in a drawing for a fun little prize just for taking the time out to jump on as a new ambassador. So your code word is convenience order, because that's so important. Convenience order is the key word. It's a very important word. So words. So inbox me before midnight with the convenience order code word, and I'll get you put into the drawing, and I'll try to make sure I get that drawn tomorrow. All right, so moving on. Sponsor expectations. Like I said, your sponsor is the person who signed you up as an ambassador, who you went to their website. The person above that sponsor is called your next upline. It's kind of like your grandma in Plexus or your great grandma. But that is your upline and your sponsor. So once again, make sure that if you have not gone over the newbie checklist with your sponsoring ambassador, that you message them and reach out to them and say, hey, let's make sure we go over this. Heidi mentioned it several times, so it must be important. The next thing is make sure that when your sponsor signs you up, if they haven't already, have them put you, them, and the person that signed them up in a 3-way chat on Facebook or text message, whichever you prefer. And what this does is it gives you one more person, or maybe even 2 more people. They may add you into a group chat with their next 2 uplines, but it gives you one more person that you can go to for questions, kind of gets you plugged in, just another familiar face, somebody else to bounce. If you need troubleshooting help or you're going through detox, it's one more person for you to be able to ask questions to, or just to recognize there's power in numbers. And we're going to talk about that here in a minute. There's power in numbers. The more people you have rallying with you and cheering you on, the more successful you're going to be with these products. So make sure that you get put in that 3-way chat with your upline. Your upline is there for you to help you troubleshoot. They're there for, to help you answer questions. If you're like, hey, what's the number for customer service? Well, guess what? Number 1, that number is in y'all Plexus Success Kit. Number 2, you can go to Google and type in Plexus Worldwide Customer Service. Or number 3, if you ask your ambassador and you're a new ambassador, they'll probably get that number for you, but make sure you put that in your phone so you'll have it for next time and you don't have to go to them every single time, because we want you learning stuff on your own. They are there to help answer questions, but The more you dig for things yourself, the more you're going to know and the more knowledgeable you're going to be about the products that you're taking. And that's important, not just with Plexus, but with anything, any medicine. But they're there for guidance. They're there as an encourager and a supporter. And if, let's say that the person you signed up really isn't working the business much, and maybe you don't feel oops, hold on. Let me get this box away. There we go. Maybe isn't as supported as you feel like you need them to be. That's another great reason that you're put in that three-way chat with your next upline, so you have somebody to go to. Worst case scenario, the two people above you aren't doing really anything and not really supportive. That's why you have Pink Power page, because then you can connect with other ambassadors on our team and get that guidance and support and help. Let's see. We talked about Pink Power team. We talked about the pin post, talked about the files tab and the search tab. Next thing is the back office. And let me tell y'all, I hate our back office. I hate it. I hate it so much. And I hate our websites. It's not user-friendly. I'm an Amazon one-click kind of gal. PlexusWorldwide.com is not a one-click Amazon type of system. But great news is, by the end of the summer, hopefully, they will be on the same level. And I will be so happy, because I hate the back office right now. It is a mess. It is not user-friendly, but it is important, regardless of how not user-friendly it is right now. It is important that you know how to log into your back office, that you know what your login is. If you're like, I don't even know what you're talking about, back office and login, make sure you get with your sponsoring ambassador. Ask them to help you figure out how to log in. What is your ambassador ID? What is your password? What is your website? That $34.95 that you used to sign up, that gave you a year of your own website. Even if you didn't have any intentions of selling, you've still got it. This girl right here had no intentions of selling. The first person that was ready to order from me, I didn't know what my website was, and I had to go figure it out and message my upline, because I was like, somebody's trying to order, I don't know what to tell them. Make sure you don't run into that problem, because then they'll end up messaging Joe Schmo, the next person they see on Facebook. So make sure you know your Plexus website, just in case somebody decides to want to order from you. Also, when you're in that back office, make sure you have a convenience order set up. If you don't, then I'm assuming you're not taking your journey seriously. I'm assuming you plan on throwing the towel in at 30 days, which is a waste of your first 30 days of products. So don't set yourself up for failure before you even start. Make sure that convenience order is set up. Make sure you know where the shopping tab is, so that way if you decide before your convenience order ships out that maybe you want to try the X Factor Plus or this awesome stuff that we never run out of this stuff. I keep a constant stockpile. Janie's like, yeah, constant stockpile of this. Ease cream, maybe you want to try the body cream, whatever. You need to know where the shopping tab is in order to place your manual order so you get your own wholesale prices. And then, of course, your website. Now, some of y'all are like, I promise you I have no interest in working this business, but let me tell you this. What caught my attention when I was a wholesale-only ambassador was somebody posted on the team page that I didn't have to work the business, but I could potentially get my products for free every month. I like free, y'all. I don't want to work the business, but I like free. So if you're thinking, yeah, I don't want to be that Plexus girl who's posting sales and ads and graphics all over Facebook, but you do want to get your products for free, well, guess what? There's a way you can do that. So I'm about to tell you how. So number one, well, let me tell you this. There's actually 4 ways that you can get your products each month, okay? There's 4 ways to getting your products. The number one way, well, not number one. First way is retail customer, which I'm going to tell y'all this little secret. In my opinion, friends don't let friends pay retail for anything, especially Plexus. There's no reason for you to have your friend pay $150 retail for the triplex when they can get it at $114 as an ambassador or $99 in their welcome kit and save $50. So retail's one of the ways. I never sell retail because that's just silly. Second way is preferred customer. That means they have a little bit of a discount off of retail, and that's because they've got a similar convenience order or a subscription set up every month where their products are shipping to their house, and because they have that set up, they get a small discount. Still not as good as wholesale prices, but it's still a discount. The number 3 way that we have people purchase is what's called a wholesale ambassador, which some of you guys may be a wholesale ambassador. This means that you signed up, your order was at least $100, you committed to 60 days of using the products, and you think that you might have at least one person that would potentially use the products with you. That qualified you to be a wholesale ambassador. And then the 4th way is what we call business building ambassadors, which means these ambassadors not only wanted the wholesale prices, but they also want to either get their products paid for each month, make a part-time income, or make a full-time Plexus income. Wholesale is probably what the majority of people are, and that is okay, because a lot of times a wholesaler realizes that once they start gaining belief in the products and they start seeing their own results, that it's easy to share those results with their friends and their family, especially when they have friends and family that they know could benefit from our products. So on to the next thing along those lines of getting your free products. What I want you guys to do right now, you're going to think on it even harder later, but right now, I know that everybody on here has at least 3 friends, family members, or coworkers that struggle with at least one of the following: weight struggles, carbon sugar addiction, food addiction, GI issues, whether that's constipation or IBS, chronic diarrhea, whether that is an autoimmune disorder, migraines, decreased energy, needing better sleep. Maybe they've got some kind of a blood sugar issue like diabetes. We all have at least one close friend or family member that could benefit from these products with one of those issues. So I want you to start thinking of those 3 people first and foremost. And the second thing I want you to do is think about how you could share the products with that person without being a salesperson. Because to be honest, nobody likes a salesperson. If you come at that person and you're like, hey, I just joined Plexus, you should totally join my team. We can be stay-at-home moms, blah, blah, blah. They're going to be like, yeah, shut up, get out of my face. But if you approach them in the manner of, hey, I just started these products called Plexus. I've been on them for like 2 days. I just got my stuff in the mail. I'm actually trying to figure out, like, I need some accountability partners. Will you be willing to be one of my accountability partners? Worst case scenario, you hate it. We get our money back at the end of 60 days. Do you want to do this with me? Be super laid back with it. This can be your mom, your sister, your brother, your husband, doesn't matter. Just grab up some accountability partners, even if it's just one. And let me tell you why. Research shows, not just with Plexus, but with anything, whether it's a new gym membership or a diet, research shows when you have an accountability partner running with you and doing something with you, your success rate skyrockets. So don't do this alone. Link arms with your mom, link arms with your father-in-law, and tell them, please do this with me. You've got diabetes. Here's a diabetes testimony. It made me think of you. Let's do this together. Let's just see what happens in 60 days. Worst case scenario, they say, no thanks. But when you've got a 60-day money-back guarantee and you tell them that, they're a lot more likely to actually do it. Best case scenario, they link arms with you and they purchase, whether it's a customer or as an ambassador, you make a commission check and you've got your accountability partner helping you be that much more successful with your products, okay? So my goal, though, is for you to get free products. So I want you to aim to finding those 3 accountability partners, okay? 3, that's all. 3 people to help you hold yourself accountable. And those 3 people will generate enough commission for your products to be more than covered. And it will actually, if you get them all 3 on board, even as wholesale ambassadors, you have officially hit the first rank in the company called Silver. And when you go Silver, not only do you get bonuses for every single person that joins your team, but you get a bonus, a $100 bonus for going Silver. So it's a really, really great return on investment for your $34.95. And nobody has ever paid me to get healthy. In all the years that I tried to get healthy, nobody ever paid me to do it until Plexus. So not only am I getting healthy, but I'm getting paid to help other people get healthy. What? It's insanity. It's insanity. So I definitely want you guys to think about that. That is covered on the newbie checklist to help you brainstorm a little bit more. The other thing I'm really going to encourage you guys to do is when you're going over that newbie checklist, you're going to hear something called the coming out post. And this is essentially your very first post about being an ambassador. It does not have to be salesy. It can be as simple as you holding this up with a sentence that says, look what I just got in the mail. I'm so excited. That's all. That's a coming out post. And it just lets people know that you're starting your Plexus journey. And it gets them interested and gets them inquiring and hopefully asking questions. I have less than a minute here, so I'm going to tell you guys one more thing. If you are interested in working the business and actually making some money, not just getting your products for free, but if you really want to make some money, I want you to go to Pink Power Page and type in the words #Daily Action Stack. And then look up the video about what the Daily Action Stack is and the form to print it off, because that will be your best friend. I have a notebook that I have daily action stacks so I can complete one every day to make sure that my team is growing and that I'm reaching my financial goals. So love you guys. Thank you for jumping on. That's a wrap for us for tonight. And I hope to see some of you guys getting free products this month and the months moving forward. So have a fabulous night and we'll talk soon.